Hello, hello. Let me do a quick check-in with Strange the Dreamer, up to chapter 41, which, it's going along. It is one of these epic fantasies where you think, could it be an epic fantasy could it be an epic fantasy where it could get done in half the time, all in one book, versus, I know this is getting split over two. That would be my quibble with it. Just because it kind of it's eking along in a certain kind of pace, which I guess if you're somebody who's reading this really quickly is fine. If you're someone like me who's kind of dilly-dallying, it's not so much. So they finally we get the crossover of the lines in Suri Moot getting into Laszlo's dreams, and voila, Strange the Dreamer is a great dreamer. And indeed, he can see her in his dreams and they can converse. She warns him not to come because Minya has got an army of the dead ghosts kind of is going to jump him. He thinks it's just a dream. He goes up with the God Slayer and his wife and some other people, and almost do get killed. Suri actually dashes out and warns them and gets dragged back in by the dead, and they almost get offed. The God Slayer sees Suri, who is like, shit, that's my daughter. It's, the other freak says, don't tell anyone. I will need to figure out what to do. The final thing here is she visits him in his dream again, and they're obviously having this budding romance thing going on. She just doesn't know what's going on. What's the God Slayer going to do? Is he going to be doing more slaying, or what's the deal? But yeah. So I'm enjoying it. It is kind of like just kind of going and going. Yeah, and it's like one of these things of like, oh, it's going to go and go and go, and then we're going to finally get to the end, and it's like we're halfway through the story, I guess, is what I'm thinking, or there'll be a cliffhanger or something like that. I'll have to see if I've got the motivation to then find. I think the second half of it has been published, so it's like it's good. Is it good enough that I'm going to continue on? I guess I'll find out. Oftentimes I get to this point in a lot of books, and I'm just like, I don't know. And then by the end, I'm all swept up, and it's like, oh my god, it's amazing. Or, maybe I'll still feel the same way. But I figured I'd just record how I'm feeling at the moment, at this point, which is like 65-70% of the way in, probably 65% of the way in. Jesus, I will try and kind of power through a little bit quicker. I have other things that I want to go along to next. All right, more videos later.